Hello, Colas, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We are going to begin with Pablo Torre, as the Barcelona young star have revealed valuable advice from manager Xavi, leading to his first goal against Victoria Pleasant. We are going to be discussing on what he had to say as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Frank Kise, as the Barca midfielder is expected to be out for 6 weeks following injury, which he picked up against Victoria Pleasant in the last game of the Champions League group stages. So guys, before we get right into those stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Tuesday night was a memorable occasion for Barcelona starlet Pablo Torre. Not only did he make his first start for the club in the game against Victoria Pleasant, the 19-year-old also found the back of the net to mark his full debut with a goal. Torres' goal came at a crucial juncture as well, considering that Barcelona were leading 3-2 at the time, with their host pressing in search of an equalizer. The teenager strike helped Barca secure a win to end their UEFA Champions League campaign on a high. Speaking to Barca TV after the match, Torre revealed the important piece of advice Xavi gave him during halftime, which helped him score the goal. He said, "At halftime, Xavi told me to get behind the back line." In another interview with Movie Star, Torre could not hide his pleasure after scoring his first goal for the club, as he said, "I'm very happy. It is a dream to play in the Champions League, and today I had the opportunity to listen to the anthem. I'm happy with the result and for helping the team with a goal." Talking about his goal, Torre hailed Rafinha's pass in the build-up, saying, "I have seen the space, and with his quality, Rafinha has given me a very easy ball. I was able to control the ball and score." Why Torre scored a goal? The youngster had to be taken off in the latter stages with an injury, which caused a scare within the Barca camp. However, the former Racing Santander ace revealed that it was just a cramp and he is feeling okay. He said, "It was not a scare. These are things that happen in football, but everything is fine now." Pablo Torre also opened up on his lack of game time at Barcelona since joining the club in the summer, as he said, "It is difficult to get minutes at Barca. I admire my teammates and look up to them. I try to learn things from everyone." Great words there from Pablo Torre, of course, who got his first start against Victoria Pleasant in the last day of the Champions League for Barca, 2 days ago. And of course, it was great seeing Pablo Torre score a goal. It was great, to boost his confidence, his belief. He has seen game time very difficult to come by, and Xavi had to do a lot of rotations in that game. Of course, it was a game with no, how can I put it? That was a game with no meaning. That's why you see Lewandowski was rested, Ter Stegen rested, and many other key players were rested. Xavi opted to do a lot of rotation, because it was not a game that was necessary to win or lose, whatever. But at least it was good that we tried to end the campaign in such a nice fashion, winning. At least we won Victoria Pleasant 4-2. And of course, the debutants, one of them being Pablo Torre, did well, scored a very good goal. So there was that injury scare, but he just confirmed that it was not an injury, it was just a cramp, so he's fine. So let's see if Xavi was impressed by putting him in some important games to come. Let's see if his game time will increase from there on. But the player have always admitted that he really wants to play more for Barca. He's a player who is hungry to play for the first team. Of course, he was spectacular last season while playing for Racing Santander. That's why Barca admired him a lot and bought him. And even though things have not gone as planned for Pablo Torre, at least Xavi have made a great step to at least bring the player to the first team. Because when we quite remember when Barca bought him, the coaching staff decided to send him back to the B team. The player was openly unhappy. He was disgruntled about that. and even said he will not play some games there. He refused that he will not play. He told Rafa Marquez, the coach of the Athletic side, that he's not willing to play those games for the third division for Barca B. And of course, Xavi had to understand and bring him back to the first team. So Pablo Torre, in most of his games, he's always been on the bench. And also considering the fact that we have a very competitive midfield department, it will be difficult as it stands for Pablo Torre to start games, talk less about even playing games as a substitute. It has been so difficult. But whether Xavi will at least try to soften his stance on Pablo Torre after he finds this play against Victoria Pleasant, to try and start giving him some minutes, it all remains to be seen. Then, moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona continued to be haunted by injuries as they saw yet another player get injured in their latest match against Victoria Pleasant on Tuesday night. Since the international break, the Blaugrana have seen the likes of Jules Koundé, Ronald Araujo, Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong, Andres Christensen, Hector Bellerin, Sergio Roberto, and more recently, Eric Garcia get injured. And on Tuesday, it was Frank Kessie who picked up a hamstring injury in the 4-2 win over Victoria Pleasant in Barcelona's final UEFA Champions League game of the season. The Ivory Coast international had already suffered a minor knock last month and had managed a quick recovery. But latest injury is likely to keep him out of action for a prolonged period. Indeed, according to Javi Miguel of AS, Kessie has suffered a tear in the biceps femoris of his left leg and could be sidelined for at least 6 weeks as a result. It means the 25-year-old will not feature in Barcelona's remaining two fixtures, that is against UD Almeria and CA Osasuna, before the team breaks off for the FIFA World Cup. The midfielder joins Araujo and Roberto as the long-term absentees and could return against RCD Espanyol in the last week of December. Manager Xavi Hernandez spoke about Franquese's injury in his post-match presser and admitted that the midfielder was screwed. He said, "He is screwed. I think he was hurt. He has hurt his hamstring. He was playing a good game in the midfield position, winning duels, and was good at the start," he said. So it has been difficult season for Frank Kessie so far. After arriving as a free agent in the summer, the former AC Milan star has found game time hard to come by, and his injury setback will further impact his prospects at Barcelona. So, callers, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.